Now let's move on to the second question we asked at the beginning of this session. And that question was, if a company decides to go international, which country or countries should they begin with? The simple answer to this question is they should start in a country which is close, familiar, and has similar business practices and needs as their home market. Now let's give some examples here to illustrate this important point. The number one export market for U.S. companies is Canada, and the third largest is Mexico. The largest trading partner for Germany is France. The United Kingdom is the second largest export market for Ireland. Hong Kong and Japan are the second and third largest export markets for China. South Africa is the largest trading partner for Zimbabwe. And China is the largest trading partner for India and also for Australia. I think that you all get the point here, right? Neighbors matter. And sometimes it's easier doing business with your neighbors than it is going far away. So proximity, or being closer to an important trading partner or a country, seems to make a lot of sense. And it can have its benefits. It can have a lot of benefits. But that's a rather simplified answer to a very complicated problem or question. Because the more complicated answer to this question would be something like, a company must do its homework. And that homework must involve a thorough analysis of individual markets and opportunities, and that analysis or homework must involve, for each individual potential foreign market, some of the following things. For example, the real market size for your business. It isn't always easy to determine that. The growth rate on that market, the market segments, or in other words, understanding the different unique customer groups if they can be identified and understood. The specific customer needs on the target market you're considering and how those needs differ from what you're accustomed to today. The competition. Who are they? What are their unique capabilities? And what threat do they pose for us? The market risks, for example, foreign currency exposure or political risks, etc. And also, one should look at other factors or environmental conditions, as we call them, such as cultural, legal, technological requirements, etc. And the best way to answer those questions is to begin your homework by investigating and researching the potential on a range of markets, and to only then slowly narrow down the best options to the most attractive alternatives based on your capabilities and the opportunities you identify through your homework. But please remember, there are over 200 countries in the world, so there are a lot of alternatives to consider. But if you just follow the simple rule we mentioned earlier, you might first focus on a country which is close, familiar, and has similar business practices and needs to your current business activities and customers. And by starting with close and familiar markets, by doing that, your company can begin to learn more about doing international business and what is required to succeed, because the more you learn, the better prepared your company will be later to expand to less known countries and to countries that are geographically farther and farther from your home market.